Hi, welcome to yet another episode of the Campus Chigozi. We're recording this on Tuesday. It's a very interesting evening. We fired our second male co-host and we're now introducing another lady. So it's going to be 3 ladies versus 1 gentleman.
Freddie, bye!
She's already telling you that Fred is around, so she can't keep a secret. But she was wrong with you. First say hi to our viewers. This is what she speak first before I even introduce you.
Hi! Welcome, our viewers. How are you? It's Patricia again.
Also help us introduce our guest. Patricia. Help us introduce our guest.
Mimi, we wanna party! Mimi, we wanna party! This is Mimi. Mimi, welcome to Campus Chigozi.
Hi, my name is Mimi and you're welcome.
Okay. Michelle said to our viewers.
It's your girl Michelle.
Have you guys heard of planned kids? Like when someone says planned kids, what comes into your mind?
Of course, like kids who are from rich families.
Like rich as in how rich? For instance,
Rich.
like billions rich or
Not
like for instance
average,
here at
but
Kaveri, how would you
rich.
tell that this person is from a planned family? Like what are the hints?
Okay, like rich. Okay, planned kids are cool. They are well mannered.
Does she look like a planned kid? Because she has manners, but I don't know if she's good.
No, a rich kid, no, a planned kid. Yeah? Like, you know how we have suffered and you have gone through a lot, yeah? But you see that specific chick and you're like, and you are the plant. She's coming from this perfect generation, like, you know how we used to play golo golo, eh? That's,
Those things of riding on banana
on banana leaves. And you'll be like, now some plant kid is saying, Manya, these guys are running away from floods. So that mentality, yeah. Plant kids are always weird.
And also to add on to that, like they normally don't get overexcited over petty things. Yes.
Like everything is so normal to them
Like,
because they have seen it all.
yes.
When they see someone dropping $1, something.
We have that aura of that's normal.
They're not like us who bargain. The judge, the guy is selling you, is taking you for 5, 10, you're like, you have 2K.
Oh, okay, you know my bargain for bonus. Even use that because you look like a very planned kid.
The chick is wearing a wig of 80K and 800K.
Yeah. How many dollars are those? Do you know my bargain for things?
I'm selling now.
Now let me tell you my perspective of planned kids. I feel like I'm a Christian, so obviously I'm going to bring it from the biblical perspective. All of us are planned kids, to be honest, because the Bible tells us. Now that was God speaking. He said that before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Meaning that God already planned for you makes you a planned kid.
Preach, sister, preach.
So she's just being modest. People don't listen to her. She's just being modest. That's how planned kids are. They want to keep it.
They keep it low.
So speaking of planned kids, there is this lady called Namyalo. She heads the office of the chairman of NRM. So over the weekend, she surprised people. I think she's the first person to do this. She bought a car. People said it's worth 230 million for a son who is 5 years old. But by 5 years, is that person even in primary? Or they're like in primary?
Kindergarten, yeah. So
That's
maybe
like
middle class.
Because usually there's 12. Because they usually start 3 years and so around 12, middle.
Yeah. So she bought that car months before. I think weeks before she had even unveiled a mansion in Chanja. Have you guys heard of Chanja? Yeah, some place outside after she worked in Presence. Yeah. So people are asking, okay, for me what came to my mind is, okay, it's okay to give someone a nice ride, maybe like a sister who is old and they can drive, or maybe it's like a husband or boyfriend, but a kid of 2, like 5 years old, like that's really, like if you had a kid, would you spread on them something like that? Because the excuse she gave is that it's for taking the kid to school. Maybe she wants the kid to be comfortable when they're going to school. So for you guys, like, do you think it's exaggeration? Leave alone the corruption stuff that people are saying. For us, we don't want to know. For us, we're looking at it from the angle of, is she exaggerating, like, buying such for such a kid?
Okay, to me, I don't find she's exaggerating anything because me too, if I was to put myself
Shoes.
I would give the world to my child. I would do, so long as I have the money, I would do whatever I can to make the kids be happy. Yes.
Now let me paint another picture. In the same weekend, did you guys see the picture of that girl who was riding a bicycle going to school in rain? So imagine like a situation where even the child who comes in a car of 230 million goes to school with that girl. How do you think they would feel in the same school? Oh, it doesn't matter. If you're poor, that's your problem. If you're rich, let me enjoy my wealth. Patricia?
I feel like starting from the first thing you talked about, like, do you think it was over-exaggerating things? To me, I wouldn't say over-exaggerating. No, it's a both positive and negative thing. Because right now, in this generation that we're in, it's a matter of what you have is what you spend. Like, if you have a lot, you will spend that a lot. Because everyone wants to fit in this generation of, we have this dope kid, comes in a hookah and all that. But I feel like, on a positive side, now, so far right now, some of us don't have assets to our name. But the kid has an asset. After 5 years, but he's already loaded. Those are the planned kids we are talking about. He already has a car in his name. So that's an asset. That's building a future for the kid and all that. Apart from what people are saying, Manya, is it worth it? Yes, she can spend it, yes. She has brought the kid a car, yes. But there are some situations where the kid won't have to use it, like going into school, because right now the kid doesn't drive. He has a driver and all that. But nera mama yalibada mtuala kusomero. So at a point, you wouldn't blame people. People are frustrated. People are broke. People are going through a lot, and for you are buying a car worth that money for a 5-year-old in our Uganda. But yeah, it's good and bad. But I feel like.
Do you think when that kid maybe grows up and do you have like some of the cool kids you studied with in high school or whatever who used to enjoy such privileges and then things maybe changed after maybe the parents lost their fortune? Do you think it affects kids? Or do you believe in that saying that kids who are pampered a lot struggle in life, like fit in like maybe the real world, when they are no longer have to have that help from their parents. Yes, the parents could be there to back you up, but maybe like in a work environment, or maybe they've sent you to hostel, and you have to live like with normal people and have to do some of the things yourself.
I feel like it's both ways. If you have to train a child how to go throughout this world when you're not around, okay, give the child everything. But again, train the child. Let them know that when mommy is not around, you have to do this and this.
Adding on what she has said, I've seen I have a friend, but the kid was raising the kid. They told them that yes, you see this money, but you have to make the money. Like you have to keep on multiplying the money so that the money doesn't get done and you don't get out of this comfortable situation that you're in. So the kid right now, the guy likes working, but he's loaded. He has cars packed in. He's still in university generally. He's a friend, but he's still working. He studies, but all of it, he's from that loaded family, but he's a hard working. He wakes up early in the morning. He has that mentality that I have to work to keep the wealth that we have in the family. So you find that the parents raised him in that situation, or Kola. Mama's just because we used to sleep and wake up and steal from the government. No. You have to work and keep that money in the family. And then you find that I tell there are also those parents, for them they're just there to give the kid everything they want without even training, and the kid gets to campus and he's used everything. He just orders for food. He has cleaners who come over the weekend to clean, to wash, everything. He's in hostel, but he's still benefiting from home. And you find out, okay, yes, God forbid the parents die. And you're like, how is the kid going to manage? He doesn't know how to work, but he knows to depend. Kati abazadde tebamuyigiriza kukola sente azikoza spending azigwawo. But usually such parents, in some cases, they have backup plans, I think. Like if I die, I have this good uncle who will take over and they continue making the money for the kid. Maybe.
Yes, okay.
What I can say is, but sometimes the uncles can be wicked. Yeah? But then also, I feel like it also comes back to the parents. provide for your children, give them everything, but the way you raise them, teach them in a way that, they'll be able to live life without you as well, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Because I think you've ever heard of these cases whereby, like, let me say, somebody's parents, like, die, and then they leave everything for their children, but in, like, 2-3 years, all the wealth is just vanishes. Yeah, that's because, like, the parents, like, have not trained the kid in that kind of, like, manner, yeah? So you have to, like, train your kid to be smart.
Yes.
Give them everything, but let them also know something.
Yeah, so from what we can conclude from what you guys are saying is that giving your kids a comfortable life is not a bad thing.
Yes.
What is important is show them that yes, you have comfort, but this money has to be maintained and also maybe multiplied, because things can always change. So it's just about, it's up to parents to train their kids properly. Yeah, so speaking of life and school and surviving, in Nigeria there is this chick. Oh, and I think maybe you know the story. She narrated to us.
Okay. Now this is what happened. A student, a female student rather, she beat up her supervisor to the extent that right now, allegedly, he's in a coma. So she kept submitting like her what's the word?
Dissertation.
Yeah, and then he kept rejecting it. He kept rejecting without any clear reasons. Yeah. So and the guy apparently was asking her for
extra services.
Extra services. Let's tell them as that.
Services in court.
Yeah. So me, I like what she did. To be honest, yeah, she put him in his place. She beat the nigga up right there. He's in a coma.
Is proud of her.
How I wish you guys could look at the pictures. Maybe if your photographer should bring the picture close to the camera so that people can see them. Like put them close to the camera so they can see how the guy was beaten seriously. Yeah, so.
But I don't think, but yes, she had her own right reasons. But where is she right now? Where is the lady? Is she free? Is she home seated? Or she's in a police cell? How do they call it? A police cell.
Yeah, so.
Okay, that I'm not sure about. Yeah.
No.
Then we haven't heard her story. We do not know what this guy was telling her behind the scenes. So maybe there is something that he has been doing that like push, because there is no way somebody would just wake up angry and you start beating someone to that extent. There must be a bigger reason.
So she has given us her reason that she has been submitting the work and the guy was asking for extra services. We have heard that. But there is authority. Why didn't she go to the maybe Anna, she's telling us that she reported to the administration and they told her they did nothing. Maybe the guy is a big guy in the campus and all that. So even though you report, they will do nothing. Maybe then that's when I'll be like, okay, yeah, we have pity on her. But I feel like
the challenge we have with universities, if you've noticed, some lecturers behave like semi-gods. Because they have control. It's not like maybe, because what you're doing at university, every exam you do is a final exam. Like you're going to do that. So it's our name every time we sit an exam, it's UCE, it's like, it's gone. And most of the times the lecturer has the final say on the exam. And you know that, like, depending on the university, maybe for us who are in smaller universities with small populations, it's easier to go and talk to the administration and they remark your paper. But the universities like Chambogo, Makai, where students are so many, the bureaucracy you have to go through to get a hearing and then get the lecturer to come back and mark your paper, and you're not even sure that they're going to give you the right marks. Because you could report to the administration, but the administrator is unprofessional. And they favor the lecturer. I don't know if you guys have ever been through a situation where you are in an office of maybe like a teacher and you reported a teacher. Did you ever guys go through that?
People, yes.
Yeah?
Okay, even me personally, I enter an office and I feel like punching the guy. But anyway.
So some people get frustrated and they can't take control of their anger, and it comes to that. Because anger issues are always there. But now, before we leave.
No, I feel her pain. No, I feel her pain. I feel like I'm changing. I'm changing direction. Sister, what is proud of me?
But before we choose a topic.
To me, I think for what she did, she might have not done the right thing because when someone is taken to the courts of law, that is assault, something like that. So I feel like to some extent, of course, maybe she at one point maybe did sacrifices where I had she even slept with the supervisor,
the extra
services, or those things. But putting laws in your hand, something that is something else.
So now that we know that the repercussion of paying someone has serious consequences, how can we as students avoid getting into such situations?
I feel like,
especially now, the youth ladies are the most common victims. It's hard for a lady to, like, a female lecturer to want something from me. Like, I wouldn't even be happy.
but to me, I feel like talking to someone is also something. It's a great move. You don't die alone because that means this thing has been happening for some time. So she has been piling up that anger, and that day she decided to burst, it ended up into a coma. So I feel like you talk to someone, and if you come every time and you talk to that person, and I also support you and you can't beat up that guy. But talking to someone and also avoiding such scenarios, because trust me, if she accepted to sleep with a guy, trust me, the guy will be like, yes, you are willing to do it. So every time he will be putting you in that corner when you have to offer again that service. So I rather like, if he asks you the first time, pull away, don't give in, and look for other methods. You reach a point and you give up. Okay, for me, I watch a lot of movies. The guy was asking the chick, and the chick had to blackmail the guy. The guy was blackmailing her, and she got a bigger blackmail. So the guy ended up giving it, and the chick didn't give what the guy was asking for. So I feel like you shouldn't accept the things to go further than what.
Cut it from the beginning, and
I
think that's safe. Like, don't compromise yourself, because once you compromise, then it's hard to get out of it. So don't compromise. If you feel like things are getting out of hand, talk to your friends, open up, and maybe they can give you advice on how to deal with administration and whatever. So any last words, starting from Michelle?
Okay, on the issue.
No, generally as we conclude.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. My general advice, to the students out there, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused and know what you want. And also, one thing that will keep us all moving head high, focus on the truth. Be someone who is principled, focusing on the right path, then you will get somewhere in life. Yes.
Okay, Patricia?
To me, what I love adding from what she has said and all of us what we have discussed about today, focus and then love, commitment. I feel like these things, like how our Musumba Aga said, God first in everything. God will guide you, the Holy Spirit will guide you in things that you feel like, I'm in that position where it's too much, it's getting out of hand, and you feel like there is no way back. You can't move front, you can't move to the back, you are just stuck in that same point. I feel like, don't give up. Don't give up. These things are common, you're not the first, not the last. These things are happening every day, but it's a matter of opening up, talking to someone. Don't die alone. You'll find you one day standing on the flat and walk back. You die. Please, silence, skills. Just open up, talk to someone. Have friends at campus. There are fellowship, Christian fellowships, there are talk shows and all that. Just go find yourself comfortable somewhere where you can express yourself. Don't die alone. Don't do life alone, my friend. Life is hard. If you do it alone, man, you shall find you in your car with your heart what? Someone was telling us, man, having relationships. You sleep well. My friend, don't give yourself extra pressure.
Okay, our dear guests, last words to our
So, what I'm going to say is also similar to what Patricia just said. Speak up, No man is an island. Don't die alone. If you do not have somebody that you call your friend that you could speak to, other people out there, you know, and when you're speaking up, if you, like, let me say, are going through something similar to what this student went through, go with evidence, take screenshots, have something to back you up, yeah? Because some of these lecturers are smart. They like there's a story that she said earlier on, yeah?
She recorded and blackmailed the guy with it.
Exactly. So have something, have some evidence with you and use it, yeah? Alright, so that's all I had to say.
Yeah, from what she has said, don't reserve the receipts. Just in case you are falsely accused, you can defend yourself. This was a great show. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
Bye.